Hello, today on Arlene Cooks, we're going to be showing you how to use rotisserie chickens that you buy at your supermarket like Costco, Sam's, or Kroger, wherever you can get one already done. So we're going to take it out of its packaging and we're going to have some water ready to boil, and we're going to use the little drippings that stay in the bag or the container where you find it. Sometimes they come gelled. Well, you put it in there for the broth. What we're going to do first is we are going to cut up the chicken, debone it. So we're going to use the bones for broth, and we're going to use the chicken for several meals, couple of meals, maybe 3. And first of all, I like to take the chicken wings off, and I like to leave those on the bone and just put them in the air fryer so they crisp up and they are delicious. If I'm making a chicken like this without deboning it, I'll just cut it all up and have all the dark meat, put it in the oven so that the skin crisps up, and it's really good that way. And I cut off the tush here, which we don't use, but we'll put it in the broth so that it gets some flavor out of there. And what we want to do is get all the dark meat separated from the white meat. So we have the legs here. Of course, take that string off and put these legs to the side. We'll debone them last. And we're going to debone the chest cavity here and take out as much of the meat as you can, and fat. You don't want to bite into a big piece of fat when you're eating chicken, so make sure that you use it. Make sure your hands are nice and clean. Mine are. And so just take out from all the little nooks and crannies of that cavity, take out all the chicken that you can and put the bone into the water so that you can get some good broth for our poppy seed chicken that we will be making today with this recipe. You can make so many things with this chicken, and they're only like $5, so what a deal. Of course, it has extra stuff in there that you probably don't want if you're being more natural, but it's not bad to have a convenient food every once in a while when you just don't feel like cooking. You'll have the chicken breasts here. You'll see in a little bit how we bag them and freeze them, and you'll have that ready for whenever it is that you want to have something made with chicken. So this is a kind of now and later kind of recipe. You'll eat a little bit now and a little bit later. And so as we debone this, make sure that you just get all the little pieces of chicken. And it's okay if some of it is left on the bone. You'll take that out later after the chicken is boiled. We're going to do that. But right now we get all of that cavity cleaned out. And here I'm doing the white meat chicken. And some people like their poppy seed chicken with all white meat. Today I'm making it with all dark meat and saving the chicken breast for another day. So it will come out delicious, and we're going to put it into a crock pot to keep it warm until we serve it, and it'll be wonderful to share with your family. So here I'm just taking off all of those pieces of little fat. Make sure there's no bones in there, little bones especially. And then we're going to kind of pull off the breast meat and just slice it down the middle, a little to each side, so that you get like the full breast white meat chicken. And you can put that to the side. And we're going to pick out all of the white meat, the tenderloin, everything, and anything that is left stuck to the bone as well. We're going to take that out, and that will be for another day. You and your family can enjoy meals that are prepped a little bit, and that when you're stressed or really tired, you don't have to go and bake a whole chicken in order to make dinner. Be very careful with the bones. Some of them are sharp, and I have in the past cut myself with these bones, but this time I did not, so that's a good thing. And so we're going to take this whole breastbone after we clean it out, and we'll throw it into the water. We're going to throw all of this chicken skin. I was saving it first. You know, you can make crackling out of it, either put it in the oven to crisp up or in the air fryer, and it really is delicious. It gets really crispy, and a lot of the fat drains out of it. And so just make sure that you're not wasting any of the chicken, and that you are taking it out and just getting it used for eating. A little side note, you know, these chickens gave their life for us to eat, and we need to be honoring of the life of creatures that God has given us to provide sustenance. I'm not a vegan, but I don't understand the thoughts behind it. There is a lot of abuse and bad things that do happen against animals, but it is not wrong to eat them. And in my opinion, I believe it's a biblical opinion, and I just hope that you will enjoy what is provided for you, not in excess, but as much as is needed to sustain you, and not to be wasteful. Hopefully none of this ends up in the trash because we let it go too long in the fridge or something, but we use it and in a timely manner. I hope that you can enjoy the food. Here we're deboning the legs and the thighs, and again we're going to put all those bones into the broth, all the little gristle, all the little pieces of fat and the gooey stuff that we find when we make the chicken, and just all the skin. I was going to make crackling, and then I decided no, I better not, because I know I'm going to eat a lot of it and it's not good for me. And when you have diabetes, that's a tough thing. But we're going to put all that into the broth to boil to get some flavor for this poppy seed chicken. Or if you made chicken soup, also would be great, just flavor. And you're going to strain all that out anyway, and all that's going to be left is the liquid. So learn to debone a chicken. It's not that hard, and you could just, it can be actually kind of soothing as well. So you have all this chicken for the poppy seed chicken, and we're going to be cutting it up in smaller pieces and putting it in a crock pot for when we pour the gravy over it, and then keeping it warm. So here we have the dark meat, we have the wings, the chicken breast, we have the skin that we can make crackling with, but in this instance I put it into the broth. And then I bought 2 chickens so that I could have a lot of things made in advance. And so you could do either 1 or you could do 2. And then here's all the chicken breasts. And I'm going to divide that into 2 baggies for 2 meals. And you can do that too. And either have 1 or 2 depending on how much chicken you bought. But I like to spend those $10 and get 2 chickens. Here's all the dark meat from both chickens, and this is for a potluck that I'm taking those. And here we have the ready ones marked white chicken, and that way I can just pull one out one day and make a meal, make sandwiches, make chicken salad, make soup, whatever we can do. And here are the chicken wings that I put into the air fryer, and they came out so good. Season them a little more if you like, or leave them as they are and have some ranch dressing on the side. Here is the broth that is boiling with all the chicken skins and everything else, and here it is done after it's boiled there on a medium-low heat for about a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours. And look how nice and rich that broth looks. We're going to just scoop out all the bones. I did add an onion, some bay leaf, and some thyme, and whatever seasonings you want, you add to it. a little bit of adobo or salt and pepper, depending on what your tastes are. And we're going to take all that out, and then we're going to try and get out as much of the little pieces of meat that are left over that we missed as we were deboning it. And this broth is, this is a good tip. You stir it and then go in the opposite direction so you catch the bones that are stirring in one direction. Stir and then catch whatever is there. And then you're going to strain that as well so that it comes out clearer and better. And you have the wonderful broth ready for your time, your wonderful meal. So here are those bones, and we're just going to look them over and see if there's any pieces of chicken that kind of, you know, got out of our sight. And you see the bowl, there's quite a bit of chicken that were boiled in that broth, and that will go in with our other chicken. And so that's a lot of chicken that came out of that. And here we're boiling down the broth a little bit so that it concentrates the flavor and so that it's not as watery. And be careful with the salting beforehand. Just put a little bit in there and then you'll season afterwards, because it will concentrate and become more salty. So there it is. Once it's boiled down, I took it out, strained it, cleaned the pot, and put it back in. And here's my cream of mushroom soup that I made myself. So I'm adding that, and the broth is going to act as your chicken, cream of chicken soup. And here we're going to cream it up with cornstarch, about 3 tablespoons for that huge amount. And I think I added an extra tablespoon. It might have been 2 or 3. No. And just make sure that you stir it until it is completely liquid. You don't want any lumps in there, because that will not taste good. And so completely dissolved. Mash it up with a spoon if you need to, and there it is, ready to go. And you're going to pour that into the cream of mushroom and the chicken broth. And if you don't have homemade cream of mushroom and chicken broth, just get 2 cans, 1 large can of cream of chicken and 1 large can of cream of mushroom from the store. Doesn't matter if it's a brand name or a store name, you know, just so you have those 2 combined. Or you could do 2 of the chicken if you don't want the mushroom, or the other way around. And then you add large sour cream to it and stir it in. So, and that is pretty much ready for your poppy seed chicken. The only thing that's left to put in, a little pepper, season it to taste, make sure it tastes great, and then your poppy seeds, you know, 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, pepper, and it's just wonderful. Little more salt, and that's a little bit of sugar at the very end, because you want to sweeten it a little bit. It's not going to taste sweet. And you'll put some green onions chopped up with all that chicken waiting in the crock pot for you. And then you're going to pour all of that wonderful broth in there, and you're going to stir. And if you don't use all the broth, all of that, you just have a little bit of soup on the side for another day. It's delicious. And then we just cover it and put it to heat on low until it bubbles, and then you keep it on warm if you have a warm setting on your crock pot. And this can be for home or for church or wherever you're going for a potluck, and it's delicious. I hope you will try it and that your family will enjoy it, and you still have 2 chicken breasts to enjoy another day. And God bless you all. This is ready. Arlene cooks, ready for you to see me taste it, and it really was great. But here's the poppy seeds. And so the poppy seeds go on at the So the poppy seeds go in at the end, and you stir them around, and they're wonderful and delicious. So you have a blessed day. Enjoy making poppy seed chicken. Again, you can omit either the mushroom soup or the chicken soup, and it'll still be poppy seed chicken, but enjoy it. And again, pour it over your favorite things, even biscuits. Biscuits and gravy with poppy seed chicken on top. That's your gravy, and it'll be wonderful. Enjoy. Right, let's give it a taste. Good. It's creamy, delicious. You could put it over rice or noodles or however you want, even over toasted bread. It will taste good. I hope you'll try it. Enjoy.